Whether you're a seasoned voter or about to cast your ballot for the first time, understanding how our elections work is crucial. Your vote is your voice in representative government, and it shapes the future of our country. Over time, the expansion of voting rights made our democracy more representative. State laws expanded universal male suffrage, significantly advancing voting rights. The 14th Amendment granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the U.S., including formerly enslaved people. The 15th Amendment prohibited racial discrimination in voting, thus giving African American men the right to vote. This continued the work the 14th Amendment began by explicitly protecting Black men's right to vote. The 19th Amendment was a monumental victory for women's rights, guaranteeing women the right to vote and vastly expanding the electorate. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18, acknowledging that young adults have a stake in democracy. The previously mentioned amendments expanded voting. Let's look at a couple more amendments that changed how we vote in this country. The 17th Amendment allowed for the direct election of senators by the people, rather than state legislatures. The 24th Amendment eliminated poll taxes, an amount of money that had to be paid prior to voting, which were significant barriers to voting, especially for low-income and minority voters. Now that we understand the foundation of our voting rights, let's delve into how people vote the way they do. Rational choice voting happens when individuals make decisions based on their perceived best interest. For example, a voter might choose a candidate who promises to lower taxes because it directly benefits their financial situation. Retrospective voting involves looking back at the performance of the incumbent, which means the current party or candidate in power. If the policies were successful or promises were kept, the voter is likely to vote for that person or party again. If not, voters might opt for change. Prospective voting is all about looking forward. Voters make their choices based on what they believe a candidate or party will do in the future. For example, the possibility of filling openings in the Supreme Court, foreign policy, or stances on legislation for something the voter is concerned about. Straight ticket voting is when individuals vote for all candidates from one political party. This often reflects strong party loyalty and belief in the party's overall platform. Voter turnout is a measure of how many people actually vote in an election. Political efficacy. The belief that your vote matters is also key. When people feel their vote can make a difference, they're more likely to participate. The type of election influences turnout as well. Presidential elections draw higher turnout compared to midterm, congressional, and state or local elections, largely due to the greater visibility and perceived importance of the presidential race. Let's delve into the mechanics of different elections. Starting with presidential elections, the Electoral College plays an important role. Each state is allocated a certain number of electors based on its population, and these electors cast the votes that ultimately decide the president. When you go to the polls to vote for president, you are voting for electors and so shaping the vote of the Electoral College. In contrast, congressional elections involve different processes. Senators are elected statewide, while House representatives are elected from individual districts within states. Understanding the complexities of U.S. elections, from voting rights and behavior to the factors influencing turnout and the intricacies of different election processes, is essential for informed civic participation. Your vote is your opportunity to express consent in our representative government and to hold the government accountable. So, don't just sit on the sidelines. Get informed, get involved in your community, and go vote.